Guys, a lot of people said that I was wrong, that Tesla were not going to sell the Cybertruck in Australia, that I should just forget the Cybertruck dream. But, well, Tesla has pretty well confirmed that the Cybertruck will be sold in Australia. It's on the damn website. It's on Tesla's website for Australia. Cybertruck. Only 3 cars are available. Cybertruck, Model 3 and Model Y. The media here in Australia keep on saying over and over and over, Tesla are not going to sell the Cybertruck. We know it because we have a secret hidden Tesla source, some so-called Tesla representative in Australia. That is a bunch of lies. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. I placed an order for the Cybertruck. Within hours of the Cybertruck going live, I don't think it's going to come anytime soon. I don't think right-hand drive production, which is what we have to have for Australia, right-hand drive is necessary for Thailand, right-hand drive is necessary for lots of places. I mean, really the UK is primarily right-hand drive, New Zealand, yeah. So there's all that, but pretty clearly, Tesla made it abundantly clear that you can order a Cybertruck no matter where you are. Tesla didn't promise, though, that it would deliver vehicles if you were outside of North America. And Tesla have said nothing about right-hand drive production. Obviously, the only vehicles we've seen so far are left-hand drive for US consumers, and I'm going to guess probably Canadian consumers pretty soon. Maybe others, maybe Mexico. However, there's no word officially from Tesla that the Cybertruck will be made in right-hand drive. But we do know from Tesla's, the actual crowdsourced website that shows where people place their own orders. They put their own orders in there. I put my order in that sheet. It shows that there is more than 30,000 orders from Australia alone. The most popular vehicles in Australia are pickup trucks. The most popular vehicles in Thailand are pickup trucks. Malaysia, they're right-hand drive as well. I think it's abundantly clear now that Tesla have a specific page on the Tesla Australia website for the Cybertruck that they are confirming, yes, we are bringing it. The question is when. I have no idea, unfortunately, but I don't think it's a question anymore of whether or not Tesla are planning to sell the Cybertruck in Australia, because they only have 3 cars listed. If you go to Tesla Australia website, there's only 3 cars listed: Model 3, Model Y, Cybertruck. That's it. Nothing else. There's no Model X, there's no Model S, nothing else. No Semi, unfortunately. There's just Cybertruck. And on the Cybertruck page, it appears from the specs that Tesla will sell all 3 models. The Beast for $100,000 US. Obviously, there's the dual motor for $80,000 US, and the single motor for $61,000 eventually. Eventually. I mean, the Tesla say 2025. It could hit Australia in 2027. I don't know. So what will be the prices here in Australia? If you go by Tesla's history, if you go by what Tesla has been doing for the last, say, 3 years, Tesla has been selling their vehicles at around the same prices, approximately the same prices in Australia versus what they sell them for in the United States. I'm talking exchange rate here. So if a car is, say, if the Model 3 costs $40,000 US in America, it'll cost approximately $40,000 US in Australia. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes it's actually cheaper to buy cars from in Australia than what it is in the US. Sometimes it's cheaper in the US depending on the model or spec, but they're approximately similar. At the moment, it's the reason that that is the case is because here in Australia we get Teslas from China, and it's much cheaper for Tesla to make their EVs in China. And that means, I believe, the Cybertruck will be more expensive in Australia than it is in the United States. Probably around $10,000 US more expensive. That's my estimate. Meaning the Cyber Beast would be $110,000, the dual motor would be $90,000, and eventually the rear motor would be $71,000. But that does put it on par in Australia with other pickup trucks here of a similar size. The Ford F-150 Lariat, for example, about 142,000 Australian dollars. You've got the Chevy 1500. They're around a similar price to that. Depends on the model and the specification, but something similar to, say, the dual motor option. That's around 145,000 Australian dollars. So that's more expensive. The dual motor version of the Cybertruck is probably the option most people would go for, $90,000 US. It's about 130,000 Australian dollars. Meaning, in theory, if I'm correct, Cybertruck could actually be cheaper here than some of its rivals. What about Ram? Ram sell the 1500 here. They sell a couple of different models, but an equivalent model in terms of specification to the Cybertruck would be around about $145,000, something like the Black Series potentially. But keep in mind, those things are rubbish in comparison to the Cybertruck. I mean, they're all ancient. They're sort of like farm utility trucks in comparison to the Cybertruck. We've all seen it's got incredible steer-by-wire. I mean, that's just an amazing feature. Toyota and Lexus say that they're going to bring that out in their cars next year, but you know what they're like with those promises. They don't always happen. Hopefully they do, though. But the Cybertruck's the first vehicle in history to have that for its steering. It's an amazing thing. All the reviews, guys, that I've seen from actual people really testing the Cybertruck, they're blown away by how good it is. I think it's going to be one of the best-selling vehicles in Australia, even at that high price. Think about it this way. That would mean it'd be a similar price to something like a Toyota Land Cruiser. The Land Cruiser is significantly smaller, and pickup trucks are the most popular vehicles in Australia. Guys, either way, I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to see it displace. I mean, we can't change the fact people want bigger vehicles. They need bigger vehicles. They need pickup trucks. But we can change the fact that they're spewing out toxic exhaust fumes, or no fumes at all. So I'm excited to see it here in Australia. When will it come here? My prediction is 2026. I still think we're just over 2 years away from it hitting Australia. Really, Tesla needs to ramp up mass production in America and get to that real point where they're making, say, 200,000 plus per year in order for them to send some of them to other places outside of North America. What are your thoughts? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.